Hello and welcome to Tuner Tips by Todderbert. In front of us we have the Miady, the model number AS-504. It's a 10,000 milliamp hour power bank. I picked this up off Amazon. Normally retail price was $12.99, but I had a coupon for $3 off and I got it for $9.99. So that was a pretty good deal for the capacity that's advertised. So let's check out the box. Thanks for choosing Miady. Miady, industry-leading charging technology, dedicated customer service. Okay. The box is kind of beat up, and it's really kind of a thin, crappy box, as you can see here. But it's not what the box looks like. It's what's inside that matters. So let's check it out. So we'll go ahead and open this up. So this is my first Miady. Sounds like a Mazda. So okay, the box is empty. We'll throw that aside. Let's go over contents of the packaging. We got looks like a pouch. Nice. We have a cable here. Looks like a micro USB. We'll look at that in a second. Got the power bank, the empty container, and I think that box wasn't empty because I don't know where the instructions are at. It had some instructions. There they are. The box was not empty. So first we'll look at this, I guess, since it's right here in front. I'm going to go ahead and lower this down. Up close and personal. Miady AS-504 10,000 milliamp hour power charger, portable charger. Yeah, I've heard it called both. A couple languages. Their specifications, internal capacity, they say is rated at 10,000 milliamp hour. There's some stats in case I missed something. There you go. You can see it's got USB Type-C, which is really nice. I like that. Okay. What's inside the packaging? I think we had everything there, right? Wait a minute. You know what? They shipped this without the USB to Type-C to Type-C. I didn't get that. Oh, man. Yeah, I did not get that cable. Bummer. Okay. Because I was like, had to pull one out of another one that I had. All right. Anyway. So, yeah, if you get this, make sure you get that extra cable. It's saying it's supposed to be in there. Charging your device, pretty basic. Warranty. Some questions if you need to ask them. Again, yeah, pretty simple. Does not support power delivery or QC 3.0 if you're asking. And the back side is a different language. There you go. All right, in case you can read all that stuff. Boom, 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 boom. All right, let's get that out of the way. So yeah, they didn't ship me the Type-C. I got this micro USB cable to charge it, but I didn't get the Type-C cable. I'm kind of bummed out. I should contact the seller. I probably will. Neat little pouch they give us. Kind of a mesh bag. Yellow tag. I do like the yellow. Nice. And this seems pretty nice to have for a power bank. First time I've gotten one of those. And the power bank itself. Now, I really like the compact size of this power bank. That right away is a big deal to me. And I'm going to compare it to some others here in front of you so you know. Let's first go over some dimensions. Bring this down even further, I guess. There we go. So we have a length of 4¼ inches, and we have a width of 2 inches, and we have a depth of 1 inch. So pretty basic setup. Let's compare it to some power banks that compete against it. Yes, there's a lot of competition in the $10 marketplace. Yes, you wouldn't expect it, but there is. So the first one is the capacity leader, Mr. Bat. This is the PS016. You can get this for $9.99. We'll talk about capacities in a moment. Just know that this performs much better than this one here. You can tell it's bigger. It uses lithium packs versus cylindrical cells, and I'll explain that in a moment. So it has extra power delivery there. But it's basic. It's got just 2 standard USB outs and 1 micro USB in. It's pretty basic in that respect. But if that's all you need, that might be the one to get. And I'll have links down below to all these products if you find one you like. Next, we have the Bonai. Now, I've done this one a long time ago. This is a 10,000 milliamp hour power bank as well. Pretty basic one. It has a flashlight on it and 1 port leading out of it. And it has the micro USB on the side to charge it. This one here is about $15, and it's about similar capacity as this. So if you want something with a flashlight, you only need 1 output. That might be the way to go. So there's that. And then I have one other option. Mr. Bat came out with this one. This is the PS039 10,000 milliamp hour power bank. Get this for $9.99. This uses the flat pack lithiums again instead of cylindrical cells. This one again $9.99. You can see you can save a little bit on the size. You'll have less capacity than this one because this again is the capacity leader, but then you get that little size bonus being a little smaller with the flat packs, which I do like this size. This is like one of my favorite sizes right here. Besides this one, this is my most favorite. But there you are. So size comparison. You got a deck of cards here. Iron Man. He's the man with the master plan. He can spin it like no one can. There you go. Rocking, right? Okay. So let's go over features of this real quick and start talking about capacities and everything else. I'll bring it down even further. Okay. So Miady, it's got a nice matte black enclosure like most of these power banks do. Seems pretty sturdy. You got your power button here. Has your status LEDs. Now these are accurate. As they go down, they represent pretty much 20% each. Now usually they're 25%. I noticed about 20% until you get to that last one. The last one has a little extra reserve to it. When you're down to the last one, you probably have 25% left. So definitely when you're on the last light, you don't have to freak out, but definitely plug it in and start charging it. If you get to the flashing point, it's going to go out. As soon as it goes to flashing mode, it's pretty much dead. So, but yeah, if you get to 1, it still has a nice reserve to it, which I notice. I like that way that's set up. That's nice. And of course, to turn it on if it doesn't actuate and turn on and start charging your device. So it's pretty simple. It has some writing here on the back. You can take a look. Pretty much what I told you. It has some ratings there, and we'll talk about the ratings. So yeah, inside this is 2 LG 21700 cylindrical cells. Now, I used to love the idea of that. I still think it's a great idea. Everybody says that the cylindrical cells may have a longer lifespan than the flat packs. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I keep reading that and hearing that. So that is a thing I like to go after. But I'm finding out that the cylindrical cells, they just have a little bit more resistance in them, and they tend to deliver a little less power. And I've seen that again and again with these 21700 cells. It's not a bad thing. It's just what to expect. Okay, so when you're spending the money, if you're spending $10, it's not really much to think about because size might be an issue and other factors may come into play. So let's look at the top here. We have different inputs and outputs. So on the left-hand side here, we have a standard USB output of 2.4 amps. Nice, gotta like that. Here we have a Type-C input. You can charge it at 2 amps, and plus it's an output of 2 amps. So 2.4 amps. Yeah, that's a really neat setup. I think it's at 2.4 amps. Should on there, right? 2.4 amps output. Yeah, so you get that nice standard output, but on Type-C. I really like that, and you can charge it. And over here, of course, you got your micro USB in to charge it at 2 amps. So charging at 2 amps and outputting at 2.4. If you're using both of these ports, the Type-C and the USB here, you're gonna get a total of 2.4 amps. So it'll start to share. Like if you're pulling 2 amps in the middle, it'll probably pull 0.4 on the one. So they will divide and distribute that power output. So I do like that. Really nice setup. I wish it came with that Type-C cable. That's funny it said that in there, and I didn't even expect to get that cable. And sure enough, supposed to. So let's go ahead. We'll hook it up. We'll show you a quick little demo. I do want to talk about power delivery. This particular power bank delivered 5,725 milliamp hours or 28.3 watt hours below the average. The average is around 6,000. So I was kind of like bummed by that, but it wasn't too much lower than what expected. So if you get this for $9.99, definitely worth it for the size factor and for that Type-C input output. I do like that factor. It doesn't have to be power delivery for what I'm using it for, but the Type-C is nice and convenient. And again, size. Size is an issue here. I really like the size of this compared to, say, the Mr. Bat. This is, of course, the industry leader, super high capacity, but it's got a fatter size to it. Again, if size is a big deal, go with the smaller one, this guy. So let's go ahead and hook it up, do a little quick demo, and then, yeah, we'll talk about capacities of the other ones for comparison's sake. Oh, this got to be upside down, doesn't it? So this is a meter I use to check everything. Am I really looking that up? Yeah. Nice snug fit there. So I check out everything. My colors can get wonky, so I'm going to put Mr. Iron Man here to get things looking good. So yeah, it showing the voltage on standby is 5 volts when it's drawing no amps. But when you hook up a load, like I have a, let's see if I can get, I'll just leave it like that. I have an iPad sitting off to the corner here. I think it's pretty dead. I think it's running around 30% or so. Let's hook it up and see what the power bank does. A lot of times it'll draw down. So let's see what it does here. So plug that in. Hit the button to start it up. Find our button there. There we go. All right, it's showing 30, let's see, right up to the camera. 31%. So it's going to pull close to 2 amps. As you can see, not much of a voltage drop. That's nice. About 5 volts, and it's pulling about 1.89 amps. Not a bad deal. And it's pretty consistent throughout the entire charge process. I like to use real-world loads like the iPad at a lower level. That way I get a decent charge rate from this, and I can get pretty much real-world applications versus a dummy load. Dummy loads are okay if you want the scientific approach, but if you want real-world approach, use a regular device like I'm doing. So pretty neat. You got that going. Now let's show some different options you can do here. So I'm going to go ahead and just unplug this. We'll keep it handy though. So I'm just going to take this meter. You get an idea what that looks like. I like using this meter a lot. You can pick these up for like, I don't know, 20 bucks off eBay. I bought 2 of them. They're very handy for testing power banks and power sources you have. So yeah, let's go show you a little lights on there. Talk about capacities real quick and price. The Mr. Bat comes in at 6,800 milliamp hours. Quite the difference. It's 1,000 more than this one for the same price, and this is a regular price, $9.99. So again, I'll have links below. This might be the one you want because you're getting the best value. Okay, but you gotta pay. You get the size. It's unfortunate. The next one would be this one here, the Mr. Bat PS039. It produces about 6,000 or 5988 milliamp hours, 30 watt hours, and this is $9.99. Now all these numbers I'm giving you, it's at 5 volts output. It's not not going back to 3.7. It's just, you can figure it out from there for your devices. It's just power delivered on my little power meter to give you an idea. Because everybody has certain situations where that number could change. But in general, expect higher capacity here for the same price as this on sale. And of course, this one here is about the same capacity as this, just slightly better. And this is always $9.99. So these are great, these Mr. Bat power banks. I really like them. I use them all the time. I'm using one right now every day. I'm going to have a log sheet. I'm going to do a follow-up video, so it'll be fun. And of course, then you have the Bonai, which uses cylindrical cells as well. And this one has 5,872 milliamp hours or 29 watt hours. As you can tell with those cylindrical cells, it almost matches the Miady. Very close. This edges it out just ever so slightly by 100 milliamp hours. Not a big deal, but you give up some ports for a flashlight. So something to think about. And this is 15 bucks. And I can put a link for that down there too if you want something with a flashlight and you still like the idea of LG cells. That's what this has in it also. So there you are. Real quick, let's hook up some stuff. Yeah, so neat little demo here I had set up. I got a X-Star charger, yeah, with Type-C. It's a pretty neat setup here. So yeah, I can plug this in here, and I like the Type-C. You don't have to worry about which direction. This is nice if you're in the field and you want to say charge some, you got some nickel metal hydride batteries. You want to charge up, just pop that in there. You be charging that, and say one of your 18650s dies and you're like, oh, I gotta charge that too. You can do this. Type-C is just so convenient. Get that in there. Okay, I probably gotta restart it. Let's restart that. So yeah, you have that going. You can charge up all your batteries here. It will pull, the maximum. This I think is a 2 amp charger total. So it's like 500 per bay to give you an idea. And then of course at the same time you could be charging your radio. So if you got your shortwave radio out there, I have a Texan PL330, awesome radio. You could be charging some batteries, and then you could be charging your radio. So let's go ahead and plug that in too. Show you can do multiple devices. Plugging this radio in. So we have the charger going, and then it should show this radio is charging as well. There we go, it says charge. You can see the little flashing icon. And the charge mode is activated. This tells you the elapsed time of the charge. So it's charging the BL5C. This power bank with this radio is a really good combo. We'll talk about that in a second, and we'll do final thoughts. But there you go. You can do all this stuff at once. Rock and roll. I love it. Main channel is about portable radio. Now you got portable power. Keep everything running. Yeah, you can't beat that. So, all right, let's go ahead and take these batteries out of here. I know when this is off, it tends to reset the power bank. So it goes off, no big deal. All right, pretty cool setup. I do like having these portable banks are really nice. I mean, portable chargers. It's a neat setup. So let's go ahead and unplug that. And then we'll do some final thoughts here. Go ahead and set that aside. Lots of wires. Yeah, so the big deal here is these are great to complement each other, okay? This comes with a little battery, BL5C. Everybody knows it's like a little 1,000 milliamp hour camera battery. Some people love it, some people hate it. But if you're on the go and you're going to be off the grid for a while, just pack one of these away. This will probably charge that battery about close to 6 times. That's a pretty good deal. So yeah, if you're out there and you need some power, this Miady is going to deliver, and it's small. So if you have like a mesh bag with a little pocket, this will probably fit in the pocket with some cables, along with your radio, and you're off and going. I mean, you could try this, but this is getting a little bigger. As you can tell, it's definitely as wide as this radio. If you have the room, you could pack that one too, but it is a bigger size. So if you're looking to save space, this is probably the way to go. So there it is. We're done. The Miady AS-504 power bank for normally $12.99. Again, I got it on mine on sale for $9.99. I would say if you want this power bank, overall impressions is it's a good power bank. It delivers close to what it should. Again, I think it's the cylindrical cells. They have high resistance. You're probably getting around 4,250 delivered. I think internally, maybe 4,500 on the higher side. The 5,000 milliamp hour rated cells, it probably at its peak, but don't expect that. That's how they rate, these cells. Like here's an 18650. This is rated at 3,500, but in the sheets it says expect 3,400 or 3,350 minimal. So just something to think about when you're considering cylindrical cell powered banks. Of course, those lithium pack like these operate a little differently. They'll have higher output, but I keep hearing that these have better charge rates. You get more charges out of these batteries, so it's a good thing. But for $9.99, give it a shot. It's definitely worth your money. The Type-C is the big advantage. I really like that. It doesn't have power delivery, but I really don't need it when I'm charging these devices. 2.4 amps is plenty for me. I don't need to have 3 amp output. It's close enough, and the price is right. $9.99. Pick it up when it's on sale. Pick up a couple. They're definitely worth it, and make sure you get your Type-C to Type-C cable. I actually am going to contact them and find out where my cable is. Where is it? So there it is, Miady. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, I love doing power banks, trying to find you guys the best bargains out there, so you guys know when you're shopping for these things. People want to know. They're like, this is a popular label, and I figured I'd give it a go. And it's not bad. It just falls a little short of some of the others, but it doesn't mean it's a bad power bank. It's just slightly under. There you are. So definitely gets a recommended buy if it's $9.99. If it's higher, think of, the Mr. Bat technology. Pick up one of these bad boys right here. That's what I would do. I'd pick up one of these here. This one has a Type-C input, not output, but still, good little setup. I'd pick up one of those for $9.99. So if you can't get this one on that sale. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a like if you guys did. 2, if you like Miady power banks, let me know. Hit subscribe, hit the bell icon. Definitely hit that bell icon. Get notified of deals. Sometimes these go on sale for like $7. It's a remarkable deal, and I can go ahead and tell you about it. And you can get a good deal on it and say, hey, todderbert, I picked one up. Got a good deal because I'm subscribed and got the bell icon clicked. Because I definitely post that in the community section all the time for you guys. And of course, 3, comment below what you think about the Miady AS-504. Is it perfect for your needs? Would you rather have a bigger power bank? Would you rather have the power delivery options, Qualcomm 3.0, the ones that can charge at 12 volts or 9 volts? Let me know. All right, guys, take care, and we'll see you in my next video.